Gentleman yields back. Chair, and I recognize the gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. Harrigan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Gentlemen, thanks for your testimony this morning. Very much appreciate it. And just got a couple questions for you. One thing I've noticed, and I think we all understand, is that the Indo-Pacific is truly the pacing threat and theater for strategic competition. That is happening right now. And there is no doubt that the lessons that we are learning in Ukraine show us that low-cost innovation is starting to dominate the battlefield. This is a particular concern for me as we look at China because of the discrepancy between what China can produce against our dollars versus what we can produce here in our country. I think most times when a product is purchased in China and then sold in the United States, it's sold for approximately 3 to 6 times, depending on the distribution model, what it actually costs to produce in China. So when we look dollar to dollar against what China is spending on their defense, what the United States is spending on our defense, what we're spending here, there's actually, you can't compare it dollar for dollar because those dollars are representative of a very different production capacity. And this has me very concerned, particularly with SUAS and small drones as we wrap in the lessons that we're learning from Ukraine. And I think that we've come to a point where we have $2,500 drones that are truly threatening multi-hundred million, if not billion-dollar assets. The ranking member talked about how Russia's Black Sea naval fleet has been in part scuttled by a force that has no navy of its own. Truly remarkable times and incredible threats. 80% of the Russian casualties that are being caused in the Ukrainian theater are being caused by FPV drones. And it's estimated right now that China's drone output in 2024 was $29.4 billion, which is at least 4 times the amount of money that the United States is spending, obviously with far lower, by an order of magnitude, unit costs. China's continued modernizing its FPV, swarm, and biomimetic drone capabilities. So I want to talk about the Chinese drone advantage that we see today. What threats does China's dominance in the global drone market pose for U.S. national security in the event of a potential conflict?
Congressman, China dominates the drone industry just by dint of their capacity to build them. Many of the long lead critical items that go into any drone are made in the People's Republic of China. So diversifying our supply chains in order to ensure that we're not dependent on China to acquire the drones that we need to deter China is absolutely critical.
General Brunson, do you have anything to add for?
Yeah, I would, Congressman, and thank you. I can see without my glasses that you have served, so thank you for that, sir. One of the things that we want to try to bring to Korea is, I think what we might be able to do is to innovate better. So if you're familiar with the Army's Transforming in Contact Part 1 and 2 Tac 0, there's some technology that's being put forward now that's going to allow us to 3D print drones. And so we can have our own autonomous swarms that we could go counter with. We're also looking to invest in other counter-UAS technologies as we've seen the hardening along the DPRK border within the DMZ. We've got to be able to see a bit further. And other things that we might be able to do in order to improve our ability to understand our operating environment is the use of technologies that already exist that would give us the same advantages. High-altitude balloons, for example, could be used to great effect, in particular on the peninsula.
Are we doing any of these initiatives at the scale we need to do them in order to accomplish your strategic objectives that you've been given?
I'm dissatisfied with the scale. I'm dissatisfied with the speed, and we have to go faster, work harder, and get better. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen. Mr. Chair, I yield back.